Hi guys, welcome to Fisher House.
When I first walked into Fisher House, you feel like a millionaire when you walk through that front door. It is amazing, it's beautiful, and it's very homely.
Fisher House is a home away from home for military patients and families. Fisher House is here for the families to stay while the loved ones are being treated in hospital. The guys that are being treated in hospital can come over to Fisher House and visit. But a little bit about Fisher House. It's 18 bedrooms. It was £4.2 million to build. It's £250,000 a year to run. And we do raise that money by doing charity events and a lot more stuff throughout the year to raise the money to pay for it. Everything is spacious. We're putting in the mind of wheelchairs coming over so they can get through into the kitchen, get to the bedrooms. We have got 2 family rooms, big family rooms, what can hold to about 7 people. And the smaller rooms can hold probably 5 people in each room. You've got your 2 beds in the family room, you've got a double and a single, and you've also got a pull-out sofa settee. You've also got that in the smaller rooms, so you've got a double bed in the smaller rooms and a pull-out sofa settee plus ensuite. It's all done to 5-star stays. Fisher House originates from America, from a guy called Ken Fisher. He built a Fisher House over in America to look after the families of the wounded over there. You come out of Fisher House's front door, you look left, you walk up the road a little bit and you're there beside your loved one's bed space. And another good thing about Fisher House and the families stopping here is they can bond with each other. They can help each other through the bad times. And a good thing with the patients over at the hospital having the families so close by, there is nothing better than a family's cooked sausage and egg butty or whatever meals they are cooking, because your loved one can cook your meals here and bring them over to the hospital. You have got your own independence in this house. Fisher House provides the tea, the coffee, the sugar, the cappuccinos, whatever you drink, the cereals. But a lot of people do their own shopping. Each room is named, and then the name of the rooms are on each shelf of the fridge where you can put your foods. Your plates and your cutlery is also named, so you're not using other people's. It's all yours for as long as you stop here. The back garden is very kid friendly. We've got a couple of kids things out there what they can play with. It's a good chill out area. You can have a good barbecue out there. We have also got an indoor little kids play area in the corner where there's a lot of indoor toys where they can just have a play around while you're having your evening meals or watching a bit of TV. Another great aspect of Fisher House is we have got our own cinema room upstairs. It can hold up to 100 people, and we've got a big screen, and in that room as well we've got Xboxes so the kids can play their Xbox, and we've also got a big variety of DVDs and videos what you can watch as well if your kids just want to watch a film. So that's another reason why Fisher House is so special. Hi, I'm Dave, and this is my story. I joined the military in 2007. I've always wanted to join the military. When I joined, I was talking to my granddad, and my granddad's brother, he was in the Scots Guards when he was my age, so I joined the Scots Guards and kept it in the family. A lot of people had doubts that I wouldn't last 5 minutes in the military, but I proved them wrong, and then I went to London. I did some ceremonial duties, standing outside Buckingham Palace, St James's Palace, Tower of London, Windsor Castle. I've done them all. Doing that side of the job was absolutely fantastic. Living in London, not a lot of people can say they've stood outside Buckingham Palace. But it was amazing, I loved it. And then I went to battalion. I was scared a bit to go to battalion because it were a lot bigger, there were more people there, I didn't know what to expect. But when I got there it was fine. all nice, all friendly. You got to meet a lot of new friends, but they come more like brothers because you're with each other 24/7 and you look after each other. When I got there, we weren't far into doing our pre-op training to go out to Afghanistan. So we went on leave for a week, and then it got to the day where I was going back, and it was just, that day was hard because I didn't know whether I'd come back. This might be the last time I'm seeing my family. So it was hard saying bye to everyone. But as soon as I got on that train back to Catterick, I had a tear in my eye. My grandma gave me a cross, so I kept that with me all the time. And then she also gave me a big bag to take on the coach with me. I've opened it on the coach and it was just ram-packed full with chocolate and sweets and everything. So I dished all them out to everyone. You know what I mean? Having morale on a coach when you're about to go to a war zone is amazing. We got on the flight, flew to Camp Bastion, landed in Camp Bastion, and that's when it became real. We were there. This is happening. You have a little camp bed what folds up with a mosquito net around the top. I think there were 4 beds per container. You just had to make the most of it, and being out there, you've got to have some morale as well. So what we had was 2 ISO containers and then an ISO container there, and we thought we'll do something here. We put some wood along the top with a sheet over it, and then at the front we dropped the sheet down. We drew like a house on the front of it with a window with some flowers on the windowsill, and cut a door into it. Made it look like home. And then once you walked in, we made a settee out of sandbags. We made a 1-seater out of sandbags. We made a table. And one of the lads that were with us, he were really good at drawing. So like your 10-man ration boxes come in a big box. So we cut the bottom off, and he drew like a Samsung widescreen TV. And he drew Family Guy in the middle of it, and we stuck it on the ISO container so it looked like we were sat down watching TV. So the 27th of May 2010, went out on a fighting patrol. We went out at 3 o'clock in the morning, went on a big patrol, 53 of us, and that's where I started getting a different feeling. Something wasn't right. I felt like something was going to happen. All the locals was looking over the back walls, watching what we were doing, where we were going. It was coming over the radio that they had us all surrounded. We had nowhere to go. We got to a stream, and we got into the stream, and I was the 3rd to last man, so I was the 50th guy. Got into the stream, and there were an IED to my right hand side. I've got in, I've passed it, but my mate slipped behind me, and as he slipped, you don't think about it. You've got to look after your brothers, see if they're all right. So he slipped, and my thoughts were, I'll go and help him, see if he's all right. I've turned to my right, and as I've turned, I heard the click, and then my weapon hit me in the face at, you could say, 90 to 100 mile an hour with the pressure. It knocked a few teeth out, it broke my jaw, it cut all bottom of my chin open. It threw me 15 foot in the air, and then I landed back first in the water, so all the water come over the top of me, and I was conscious through it all. And I was under the water, I was trying to get my head above water, I could not do it. My life flashed before my eyes, and it's true what they say, it does, you can see it. Just as I was about to go, the guys had dragged me out and sat me on the side. They sat me on the side, they were saying, Dave, do not look down, do not look down. I had to look down. So as I've looked down, my legs were gone straight away, all what were there were my shin bones. They had to put the tourniquets on to stop the bleeding. You don't realise when you're doing your training with your tourniquets how tight you have to put them. When they were tightening it, it was the tightness what made me scream. I had no pain, but while they were doing that, I had pins and needles in my arm. I looked at my arm, and my arm was just dangling from its tendons. The bones had broke. They put me on the back of the flight, what had come to get me to take me back to Camp Bastion. So they gave me some morphine, They put me to sleep. Did what they could do on the flight on the way to Camp Bastion. Got me to Camp Bastion. They woke me up in Selly Oak. I think it was about a week after. And then I left intensive care, went onto the ward. And they've got like a system where you move up. So you had like 3 bays. So you start at the bottom. You get better, you go into the middle. You get better, you go into the top. You get better, you're out the door. So I was in Selly Oak for 2 weeks. And then they moved me from Selly Oak to the new Queen Elizabeth Hospital. I was in there for a week and then I was discharged. So from injury to discharge, I was in hospital for 3 weeks. Went home for 2 weeks, went to Headley Court. Headley Court were hard, learning to walk again. It was really stressful, really hard. And sometimes it was, I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do this anymore. If it wasn't for the guys on the ground who I was with and the guys in Camp Bastion at the time, I don't think I'd be here now. I died 3 times at 37,000 feet. But I'm still here to tell the story. Every £25 donated to Fisher House will help a family like mine while their loved ones are ill in hospital.